You already know who it is. Mr. Osiris Lord. Lord under the scope. I walk in the spot with my bling on. I don't even know what that means. I mean, clearly that means I walk in the spot with my bling on. But I don't know where I got that from. Anyway, I'm getting my camera a little fixed up, you know what I'm saying? Got a little button up on today, you know what I'm saying? But it's still a low-ski. It's still a low-ski, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, we up to episode number, what is this? Uno, we had the cero, so we had the uno, dos. This is number tres, you know what I'm saying? It's the third episode. Today, I decided we're going to talk about my routine, my new routine that I got going on. I mean, it's not really a new routine. My routine is more suggestive than it is a routine. Let me stop moving around the spot. It's more suggestive than it is an actual routine. Like times I suggest myself to be done with things. Time I suggest myself to start doing things. You know, it's just kind of like, all right, at this time, I'm going to be doing this by this time, or I want to be done with this by this time. So yeah, I have a group of times that I suggest. I have first off, I have a 11 o'clock timer on my phone, and that is actually just to, it's actually a daily planner time. So that's the time that I look in my daily planner, suggested to look in my daily planner, because I never do it because I don't really have that many things I need to do throughout the day, because luckily for me, I don't really have that many responsibilities besides pay my rent. I know it sounds luxurious, and honestly at times it is, but I need a routine so I don't get all like lazy and like grouchy. Not necessarily grouchy, but basically if I'm at home doing nothing all day, I just get really bored and or depressed, or like, so that's why often you'll see me like, I got a job, but then the day before that I sold something on eBay for like $1,000. So go figure, and that's my rent. So anyway, my point is I like to have a routine for myself, because if I don't have a routine for myself, I kind of just get all willy wonk and wacky and stuff like that. So I'm just going to share my routine with you guys. Typically, well, before, let's say, when I was a robot, I will wake up. I mean, it's still not bad to wake up at 6 a.m. every day, but my body would wake up at 6 a.m. every day because I was very hyper productive in my 20s. So I would always be like, I need to be up at this time in order to go do this, that, and the third, things I didn't really need to do. But regardless, we're talking about a routine and a schedule, whether we have to do something or not. So I'm just going to kind of go over my routine with you currently. I try to just wake up whenever my body feels like waking up, because I've been lacking sleep and I've been like really overstimulated lately. So I've been playing catch up. So I've been letting my body wake up whenever, and it's been waking up around like 9. That's kind of late for me, but some people wake up later than that. So it is what it is. So I'll wake up around 9 a.m. I'll literally open my eyes, and then I won't touch my phone. Like, I'll just lay here for like 30 minutes, because I noticed that I get up and I jump up, and that's not necessarily the best thing anyway, for your body, I guess. I mean, you're kind of like shocking your body. You're just kind of like, okay, get up. Now, depending on your night, you might still be dizzy, you might still whatever. So it's kind of good to give your body at least, like, I would say 5-10 minutes. Again, I'm just kind of like letting my body play catch up over the last couple of weeks. But yeah, I allow my body at least 15 minutes before I'm like, I'm up now. So I give myself that, and then obviously I'll run to the bathroom, do what I gotta do in the bathroom, and then I'll just clean. I'll clean. Well, it depends. It depends. Sometimes I wake up and clean and then go to the bathroom. Depends, but I clean. I try to clean for, if not 15 minutes. I mean, typically 15 minutes, depending on how much you need to clean. I mean, I don't really ever need to clean too much in my house, but 15 minutes will turn to, and if you don't want to do 15 minutes, do 5. Just do 5 minutes. I promise you. You do If you have 10 dishes, do 5 dishes. Just start at that. Next thing you know, tomorrow you'll be like, okay, I did 5 dishes yesterday. I'm going to do 10 today. Oh, I'm going to clean the bathroom. Oh, I'm going to do these things. These are all things that I do for not necessarily only just to have my house to be clean, but it helps me with my mental health a lot. Just knowing and being able to have a clean house, or at least organized and manageable. It's not just like unnecessarily dirty, like it's okay to have a messy and unorganized house, I guess, but it messes with my whole day if my house is messy, things are all over the place. I mean, in my room with my clothing and stuff like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, my area of my clothing is not necessarily too messy, but there are things like this like little bucket down here that has more shirts and stuff. So you can see like everything's pretty much hung up. Um, but everything else in my room is pretty much just messed up the camera. Sorry though. But anyway, my point is I like to clean. I like to give myself that 15 minutes to clean every day. And that just helps me clear my mind, think about what I have to do, plan everything that I need to do for the day. So I like to do that. Then I like to get into my podcast or whatever type of content I'm making. This is my new schedule. Kind of just helps me be consistent with what I need to do. And my new podcast setup is fairly simple. If you saw my episode 00 or just like when I record music, I have a whole setup. It's just too much. Like for what I want to do, I just want to talk to people. I don't necessarily want to have this not right now anyway. I don't have a whole production studio, so I don't really feel like getting too crazy. So I always forget to turn that off. Anyway, I do my podcast, and after my podcast, this is like optional because I don't know if a lot of you know, but I sell things on eBay. Just basically whatever things I need to get done in my real life. I like to get it done. I like to get all of it done before 12. So, like I said, I'll wake up fairly late, but if it's a day that I need to get something done, I'll wake up a little bit earlier or make sure I'm up on time so that I can have all my chores, errands, grocery shopping, post office, these types of things. I like to have all those things done before 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. I suggest if you're trying to do the same type of routine or schedule that you set a time that you like to get all your personal goals and errands and chores done. Because once you knock all those out throughout the day, like earlier in the day, you can literally, you'll feel good. I feel amazing when I'm done and I'm back in. Honestly, I'm usually back in my house by 12 o'clock. To be completely honest with you, 12 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock. I don't like to go outside too late, especially because where I live, it's so hot that like if you don't go out during the day, well, in the morning, you're just stuck with like 110-degree weather after like 12 o'clock. So I kind of don't have a choice. So anyway, I like to get my things done before then. And that allows me to feel good about myself. And if I slack off during the day, it's fine. I don't have to be like, dang, I meant to go to the post office, but I was here goofing off playing video games or watching anime. No, I feel good now that I'm watching anime. It's like a reward. It's like, okay, I went to the post office, I did my laundry, I went thrifting, I did all these things that I needed to do before some people even wake up. So that personally makes me feel good. I don't know about you guys, but that's definitely something you guys should incorporate into your day. So yeah, so I like to go do that. Then I'll come home with new inspiration. And again, this is my new thing. I'm currently trying to learn how to draw. I'm intentionally learning how to draw. I like to try to draw like in the style of like Greek mythology and things of that nature. I don't necessarily want to draw Greek mythology, but I want to learn how to draw in that style of that and like ancient Egypt, hieroglyphs, these type of things, these kind of more like classical type of drawings so that I can reinvent blah 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 blah, one of those types of things. I just personally like classical things. So Greek mythology, you're cool in my book. Um, so yeah, I mean, honestly, I come back home, I draw, and I'll watch a drawing video while I'm drawing because I'm learning. I'm trying to learn about anatomy and things like that while I'm trying to draw. And then I'll potentially want to. And the drawing is really learn something new that's physical. So I'm learning how to draw, and I'm doing it like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I mean, I'm really doing it way more, but I'm just telling you, you should try to do it for at least 15 minutes. So you can do it every day. You don't need to sit down every day and do an hour or two. I mean, that would be great, but I'm saying small things like learning how to draw. For me, at least, it's not a major thing. It's just something that I know would help me pretty much in my life overall. So I'm just drawing for about like 15 minutes, and I've been watching a lot of painter videos, like obviously Van Gogh, Monet, like Matisse, Picasso, like these types of people. Especially people like Francis Bacon. I like a lot of like dark art and a lot of dark things. So aside from just learning about different types of painting techniques, I'm learning a lot about like mental health, mental illness, just those types of things from creatives. And again, like I'm learning how to paint, and these things help me with creative things overall, structure, layering with clothing, all these types of things. So, yeah, I like to watch a lot of videos about painters currently, and that's pretty much all the things that are necessary throughout my day. I mean, even drawing and videos about the painter, those things aren't necessary right now. Just the wake up, podcast, clean 15 minutes, and if any missions I have to go on, like post office, the post office is pretty much my job. So if I basically have to work, but I've been trying to make it where I don't just get up and just go to the post office. I've been trying to have like 2 or 3 days out the week versus having like going like frantically 5 days out the week sometimes. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I wake up typically from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'll try to lay there for 30 minutes. I'll go to the bathroom or I'll clean and then or mix it up, vice versa. I'll clean, then go to the bathroom, depending if I'm about to take another shower when I wake up. Then I'll podcast, go on a mission, done. Get home probably before 12, relax for the rest of the day. Now if I want to sleep literally all day, I won't feel bad because I literally did everything that was important to me. If I have schoolwork, I'll try to do that. I do schoolwork kind of at night. I don't know why. I feel like I'm really productive at night. It's quiet, blah blah blah. But yeah, after that, I just kind of watch videos all day and learn. I'm really big on like learning. Like even if it's you don't have to learn things you don't want to learn. Basically, people think that you have to like learn things that you don't want to learn or boring things. No, you find a topic that you like and you learn about it. You like video games? What's the history of your favorite video game? You know, watch a walkthrough of a game that you love, that you may have missed a story. I do that a lot with Silent Hill. I do that a lot with Resident Evil. I do that a lot with like a lot of types of games, and they help me because besides the fact that I like the game, now I'm learning there is actually a storyline. I'm learning about like psychological stuff. I'm learning about philosophy. I'm learning about a lot of stuff just because I'm looking at the history of a game. Sometimes I look at the technical aspect of a video game, like things like that. Or if you don't want to learn about that, like that's my own personal experience. Fashion. What's the history of Bape? Like, what's the history of Nego? What's the history of Versace? Who was the first person to do tie dye? Like how was tie dye made? Like things like that intrigue me the most. So I tend to watch like a lot of educational videos, but also fun videos. I also watch a lot of top tens about things that I have no clue about, so that my brain is constantly working. I can't necessarily overstimulate myself with information versus like emotions and things like that. Like I know I say I get overstimulated, but I don't get overstimulated from learning. I love learning so much. So like I'll watch tops and stuff. Like I'll watch stuff about like the earth, games, spirituality. I'll watch like random icebergs. Those are like kind of my favorite things. I don't just sit and watch them all day, but like icebergs, creepy pastas, those types of things really intrigue me. They make me really happy. So yeah, I'll just watch that, and I'll try to learn something that I don't want to learn as well, but that's me. I find that when I learn something I don't want to learn, it opens me up to a lot of new things. So it doesn't necessarily mean something painful or like I'll learn about like gardening. I mean, I want to learn about gardening, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'll just learn about gardening, or I learn also skills for the day. I mean, not for the day, for like my life. So like I'll learn how to do like something like canning. I'll learn how to do like some sort of construction, or like how to start a fire with just wood, or you know, things like survival skills. Yeah. There's so many things you can learn that's interesting that you don't have to just sit and like watch stuff you don't want to learn, and you don't necessarily need to be in school to be learning all the time. But yeah, I'll learn that. And then that's typically, I mean, I don't really have a time after this. My next time frame is just typically like bedtime, like time where I would want to be in bed. But yeah, I'll just, after I'm done with everything, I'll just kind of like learn some stuff. And while I'm learning some stuff, I might do some gaming or something, you know, like on the computer, play like some nostalgic game or something of the nature. And whatever I want to do. You want to draw, you want to like make some clothes, you want to just lay there, you want to do whatever, spend your time, just utilize that time. And then I'll watch potentially some anime until it's bedtime. Which for me, I try to start winding. My suggested time for me to kind of start being in bed or aware that I will like to lay in bed is around 11 p.m. Um, towards 1 a.m. unless, you know, I have company or something like that. But basically, me, if I don't, my mind is so like racy and like always trying to do something productive that it doesn't get tired. My body gets tired, but my mind doesn't get tired. So unless I tell my mind, look, it's time for me to like start going to sleep, or if I don't just go lay down and start acting like I'm tired, then I'll just stay up all night. So lately, I've just been bringing my entertainment or just whatever I'm watching. I mean, I really have a TV, but my laptop, I'll just bring my laptop in my room, watch whatever I'm watching for a bit, and I'll probably be knocked out within the next 30 minutes. Where if I was just sitting on the couch, I would come up with something new. Like when I'm about to fall asleep, oh, it's time to smoke again. Oh, let me do this. Oh, I don't know, like something that I don't need to do just because there's more time in the day when I don't need to spend all that time in the day. But anyway, here's some tips that I typically do now to make my day mentally less taxing. I don't answer people in the morning, like as soon as I wake up, unless it's you know, like emergency, or it's like my mother, or like somebody, you know, somebody that I kind of need to answer. But honestly, like even with my mother, no disrespect at this point, I love her still, but I don't answer her immediately either. Most people that are messaging you are not necessarily looking, well, me anyway, me, because people know I'm not going to respond immediately. I used to respond immediately. Now it's like I don't respond immediately because I kind of feel like people don't even really want you to answer immediately anyway because of social anxiety. Some people, you know, are down to have a conversation immediately, but some people are just want to say what they want to say, and then that's it. So I just answer people when I feel like it. And most people that I communicate with, we kind of have like, if it's not an actual verbal understanding, we have like a non-verbal understanding that, look, I'm going to potentially take hours to answer you, and or days depending on who you are. Like my partner, sometimes we don't speak to each other for a day or two, and like that's it. I know that they're just living their best life, doing like, I don't know, outside stuff at our other house, just kind of like cleaning up, playing with the birds and things that don't necessarily involve answering the phone and stuff like that. So, but then you have other homies that are just like, I'm always at work, things like that. So I don't expect people to answer me immediately when I text them, and I don't, vice versa. I said I like to mentally prepare for sleep. That's really important for me now, because if I don't mentally prepare for sleep, I don't go to sleep until like 3 a.m. and I'm burnt out, and then I'll wake up at like 7 a.m. So like I don't get it. I drink water throughout my day, especially when I get stressed out or overwhelmed, or lately I've just been like trying to stay understimulated versus overstimulated, because I'll like come to a conclusion in my head like, okay, can't be overstimulated no more. I can't just randomly be like, I want to bust out a whole album, or I want to bust out a whole collection of clothes, or just something that's super overstimulated. When I get those times, I like to sit back for a second. Well, right now anyway, because I'm not trying to do too much. When I get those times, I like to breathe quickly, like, then I'll just have some water, and then I won't be overstimulated. That's a thing that I do. That's something I'll talk about in another video or podcast, but that's a thing I like to do. I like to, whatever emotion I'm feeling, if I'm sad, happy, mad, whatever it is, I like to physically conjure it or find it in my body and just kind of be like, all right, I need to get rid of this sadness. So I'll literally picture it, like not in my up here or anything, but like just somewhere, and then I'll drink water, and then I'll just literally, it'll just go away after I drink water. Basically, I'm pretending that I'm swallowing the emotion that is disfavorable, if that makes sense, and that helps me to not be angry or blah blah blah. Then I like to burn incense throughout the day, and that's really good for me because the smells help me. I don't know if you guys burn incense, but burning incense is really good for you. Or just like, if you don't want to burn incense in your spot, have like one of those aromatherapy things where it just like lets out essential oils and things like that. Those things are really good for you. I'll probably do another video on like different essential oils, like lavender oil, tea tree oil, all the type of calming oils and stuff like that. But yeah, sometimes throughout the day I take 10 minutes just for a non stimulating break. Like literally I'll just sit on the couch and just do something that doesn't involve like my phone, TV, noise, blah blah blah. Kind of just like a reset throughout the day. Like, all right, I'm overstimulated, or all right, like I don't know what to do, especially in those times where I don't know what to do throughout the day. I'll just literally just quiet, or waterfall sounds, nature sounds, things like that. I find those things to be really helpful. My phone is literally always on silent since I was like 16 years old. So I don't know if that will help for you. It helps for me. I feel like that's one big reason that I'm not stressed out all day and stuff like that. Maybe that's the reason people don't talk to me, because I don't respond fast. I don't really care, to be completely honest. And with that being said, my phone on silent, I like to just reply whenever I feel like it, because I feel like as long as I'm being respectful and I'm answering in a timely manner, to if it's something that requires my response, because you gotta think about it, not everything requires a response, especially with iPhone these days. You could send somebody a thumbs up or something like that, or a heart or a question mark, and that can be a whole response. Like, it is a lazy response, don't get me wrong, but like, people don't necessarily care if you like respond. People more so want to know you acknowledge what they said. So I usually reply when I feel like it, but I'll acknowledge the fact that you said something, if that makes sense. So if you be like, yo, bro, I just saw the new vlog or podcast, it was dope. I mean, obviously I'd like to respond immediately, but depending on how I'm feeling or what I'm doing, I can't necessarily formulate an answer that I would like to give you besides like, Thank you. And unless that's the actual answer that I want to give you, then I'm going to take time and then I'm going to get to you. So I'm going to hit you with the thumbs up or the love, and then I'm going to answer you when I can, or I'm going to actually let you know, like, yo, thank you. I got to say blah, 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 but I'm busy right now. That's another thing we need to talk about. Telling people I heard or saw what you said. I can't answer you immediately, but I will get back to you. You know, like when you're driving and people are calling you and texting you and it's like a quick response, like, yo, I can't answer you right now, I'm driving, but I'll get back to you when I'm done driving. People need to do that because people will get freaked out, not answer you, then wonder why you don't want to talk to them, blah, blah, blah. I don't necessarily have that problem, but I'm just saying a lot of people I know or just see on the internet, they have that issue. And I don't have that issue because I'm like brutally honest and like straightforward to the fact that like I lose friends because of it. And I confront people, but not necessarily confront, but like I'll be like, bro, why did you do that? You know, like right there, not necessarily right there and then, but like if somebody does something I don't like, especially morally or like questionably, like value questionable, I'm gonna pull them to the side and talk to them. But anyway, that's not this conversation. So yeah, this is kind of like why it's important to have a routine. I know I kind of said a lot of stuff, but I'll just outline it again, kind of like how my day is. It sounds super structured, but it's all the times are suggestions. So again, wake up. Lately been waking up late, but whatever time you want to wake up, I suggest somewhere in the area between like 6 and 8 if you're not like having to do something. So I wake up around 8 or 9, let's say. So I wake up around 8 or 9, relax till like 9:30, potentially 10 depending on how tired I am. Get up, go to the bathroom, then I'll clean for about 15 minutes unless I just go crazy. I mean, I love cleaning. It really helps me with my stress and stuff like that. So I'll clean, let's just say until like 11, okay, 9 to 10, whatever. Let's just 9 to 10, sleepy, bathroom, 10 to 10:30, cleaning, 10:30 to like 11, I'll say like podcasting. And then from 11 to 12, I'll typically, like, if I have to go to the post office or run errands, I'll just go do that. So I'll typically be back home by like 12, 1. Post office is not that far. 12, 1. And then from there, it's just kind of like whatever I want to do, unless I have something that needs my attention, which typically I don't. Yeah, I just do whatever I want until literally night, like 11 p.m. The whole point is the whole point of the routine for me is to not feel bad when I slack off. So that is why I try to do it. I guess the real schedule is all before 12, 1 o'clock. Because then everything else I do is curricular. Yeah. So anyhow, I'm not going to keep rambling about that. You should definitely create some sort of suggestive routine. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call this. You should definitely create some sort of suggestive routine for your day. Try to stick to it. Forms habits. The only thing I can say is drink water throughout your day. It is extremely hot outside all the time, and even when it's not hot outside, you need to be drinking some water. Have some fruits. You know what I'm saying? Gotta go make sure you work on your mental health and all these types of things. So anyhow, this episode is sponsored by The Lord Loves You. I don't know why it is, but it is. And shout out to the Crack in the 80s pod. Shout out to all my homies. And yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. It's a great year. Make sure you succeed and make sure you do everything that you want to, man. Make sure you don't overthink, don't overstimulate unless, you know, you want to overstimulate yourself and you can handle it. But yeah, the Lord loves you. This is the Lord under the scope. Signing out, episode 3. Make sure y'all have a great day. Peace.